I tell you what, we've got someone to reveal now. Someone, I think, who'd normally be just going off to bed at this time in the morning after spinning and mixing and doing all that grooving you do at your clubs.
That's true. I should be asleep.
You can tell
it's a regular.
I feel like I haven't been home, actually.
But you have been out, haven't you, last night?
I went to the Elton John, Crusade evening,
oh, right,
which was
where he
fantastic.
got the Hero
yes.
of the Year award. Was that good?
That was very moving.
Oh,
very
lovely.
moving,
Yeah, because he did look moved when he received it, actually.
Oh, I was crying as well. It was very sad.
Oh.
It was very sad.
So you haven't been home yet, then?
No, I have been home.
Oh, right.
I had
But
about
you're still
5
in the
hours
same
sleep.
suit as last night.
I know, but I have a different T-shirt and I have washed.
But it is lovely. It's very nice. Good. Right, now the reason you've got up early is because you've written a new musical, haven't you?
Yes.
Taboo is its name.
Yes.
Tell us about it, just very briefly.
Well, we start previewing properly on Monday at the venue, which is the Notre Dame Hall in Leicester Square.
Yeah.
And it really is a story of a young boy from the suburbs who comes to London to seek fame and fortune. Dick Whittington meets Cabaret, meets Ballet of the Dolls with bigger hair.
And is that young boy you?
No, the young boy
No.
is kind of metaphorical character. He's an everyman character. He's everyone I've ever loved and lost.
And do all the Steve Strangers and the Marilyns and everyone else
Our
featuring
Steve Strange is so spookily like the real thing. It's actually uncanny. It's almost like, ah!
So the 80s reincarnated. We're going to be talking to you a lot more after that, after the break, and after this performance, because we're going to have a little snippet from the musical at the moment. Ewan Morton and Mark McGee are Boy George and Marilyn. You'll see in a minute. They resemble them quite remarkably. And Kevin Frost is alongside them there on guitar. Here they are singing Guttersnipe from the musical Taboo.
We know we're special, it won't be long before the universe catches on. You've got the figure, you've got the voice. Face it, sister, we're sport for choice. I can see the stars from the gutter. And if it all goes wrong, we've got each other. Don't despair, fame is due. I can see a legend in you. We know we're gifted, yeah, gifted the gab. Send me a limo, not a taxi cab. Lunch at the Ivy, tea at the Ritz. You're so qu'est-ce que c'est? More like, what is it? I can see the stars from the gutter. And if it all goes wrong, we've got each other. Don't despair, fame is due. I can see a legend in you. I want my name in lights. I want my own skyscraper. I want to be a billionaire, and not just on paper. I want a cinema. I want a chauffeured car. I want to see the world. Meet Diana Ross, Bowie, Buddha, Eddie Kidd. Oh, I'll settle for a builder. I can see the stars from the gutter. And if it all goes wrong, we've got each other. Don't despair, fame is due. I can see a future in you. I can see a future in you.
There you are, a touch of Taboo.
That was excellent, wasn't it? That was Kevin, Ewan and Mark singing Guttersnipe.
Yeah, but seeing the Marilyn look-alike there, where's Marilyn these days?
Marilyn, I'm hoping, is in Boreham Wood watching us all.
Never.
No, I called him about an hour ago, but he wasn't awake. I'm hoping
Well,
his
that's
mum's
nice,
taping
isn't
Marilyn's
it?
next door neighbour ring his doorbell this morning, get him up out of bed. We're talking about him and to George. More about Taboo right after this short break. Good to see you again just after 8:30. Before the break, we saw a performance from Boy George's new musical, Taboo, written by you.
No, the book is written by a man called Mark Davies, who wrote Part of This Life and Band of Gold. directed by Chris Venshaw, who worked with Elaine Page in The King and I. And I've written the music with various collaborators: Kevin Frost, John Themis, Richie Stevens. So, yeah.
So all the musical numbers go in there. Now, so what is this a sort of thing like Mamma Mia? Would people dance in the aisles to this, or?
I'm hoping we're going to take over from the Rocky Horror Show. We'll have people dressing up and getting
in 80s gear.
Yeah. Well, whatever, just getting
great.
into the mood of things. But we also want mums as well.
Yeah. Looking at the boys over there, bringing it all back to anybody who lived through the 80s. We see the Steins. So did you do that, Fiona? Were you in there?
I remember I was with my big first love when Karma Chameleon was out, and songs are so evocative, aren't they? They take you back to that age.
Oh, don't hear. We'll have you crying
all your
in a minute.
hormones were still spinning round and all that sort of stuff. So Karma Chameleon was just so huge, wasn't it?
We do actually use Karma Chameleon in the show, but it's right at the end. It's kind of like the title song.
Yeah.
Just when everyone thinks they're not going to get it, they get it at the end, so that's quite sweet.
And you see the pop video that we're playing there now? What was the Mississippi Riverboat theme for? Whose idea was that at the time?
What was funny about that was it was meant to be a sunny day in America, but it was a grim down the Thames.
Hey, memories, there we go.
You can't plan the weather in England.
No. And I suppose, George, would this be like the third sort of stage of your life? When we think of you in the 80s there you're the singer.
The autumn of your
Then the
years.
DJ business, and now, I mean, this sort of composer sort of stage. Do you see it as a different stage of moving on?
I think it's more about just sort of grafting, keeping on working. A lot of people who are around in the sort of 80s heyday are kind of sort of not working.
Yeah.
So I think sort of for me, just to keep busy.
It's very interesting, that work ethic that you're talking about there. I was watching Ray Winston on Johnny Vaughan's show last night, and he was saying, it's just a job. I do what I do. A milkman does what he does. A train driver does what he does.
Absolutely, my sentiments. I mean, I was brought up in a family where you worked. I mean, I walked out of a lot of jobs as a teenager, and every time I walked out of a job, I would be sent first thing in the morning to the job centre.
Because you were expected to pay your way and...
No, it was just... We subbed money, we would give £15 or £20 to my mother, and then she'd give us it to go out clubbing.
Yes.
So we never really paid.
And you look great, because it was your 40th, wasn't it?
Yes.
Not so long ago. But you've kicked the booze, the drugs, all that sort of stuff.
I like a nice glass of champagne, just to be polite.
Now and again.
Yeah.
But not to the excess that it once was, and that must have made a huge difference.
I had my moments, but, I tried to keep it under control.
Yeah. It's amazing how you've endured in an industry which really does kick people out.
You make it sound like a marathon.
No, but you have, haven't you?
Yes, but it is. I mean, it is that art of survival, as you said. You're the one that said, like, where are they now, sort of thing. The people in the 80s.
I think the important thing is to just sort of be adaptable and not to sort of, rely too much on the past. I mean, I'm not really strictly a nostalgia freak. I like to get on with... I'm always excited by new things.
Yeah.
Were you surprised? You see the clubbing bit, the DJing bit. I mean, how did that come about?
Really by accident. I bought sort of decks, when they were sort of first kind of the fashionable item to have, and they stayed in my house and gathered cobwebs for about a year. And then I just started getting asked to do parties, and it just turned into a career. It wasn't something that I'm not one of these people that sits down and sort of writes a list of things I'm going to do.
Yes, or achieve.
And
yes,
sort of,
because you never do them, do you? And then you feel a failure.
Sort of caution to the wind type of thing, yeah.
And you still like a nice cup of tea, do you, rather than all that other old nonsense?
Oh, don't start. It's too early in the morning.
That was the quote of the early 80s, wasn't it? I'd rather have a cup of tea.
It's time for a nice old cup of tea now. Just before we go, George, when and where can you see Taboo?
Monday night is our first public preview. Friday night we have a sort of friends in. Saturday night we have another preview, but Monday night is the proper public preview.
And that's
in
in
Leicester
Leicester Square.
Friday, though,
Leicester Square at the venue, and we open on the 29th of January.
Good lad. Hope it goes well for you. Thanks for bringing back the memories. There we
Nice
go.
to be called a lad when you're 40, isn't it? Very nice of you. Does anyone ever call you a lad?
People call me many things.
Never a lad.
Just after 25 to 8, we will see you bright and early in the morning here.